Gunfreak Nation, it's the president, TElectrik. And I just want to, I got one question I want to ask y'all. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and you hear a bump in the night. You hear your door getting kicked in, one of your windows getting smashed out. I want to know from y'all, what's your next move? Because if you are not armed, what are you going to do? Are you going to just pick up your phone? Are you going to pick your phone up? 911. Yes, please. Operator, please. I hear someone, breaking into my house. They're trying to do a home invasion. Can you please send the police? Please, please, please send the police as fast as possible. I hear them. They're inside the house right now. Oh my goodness. I hear them. They ransacking the house. Oh, dispatcher. Ma'am, sir, can you give me a description? No, I cannot give a description of them. They'll see me. Well, you need to hide. Go hide somewhere. Do you have anything to protect yourself? See, even the 911 dispatcher recognizes the fact that you should be armed and in a position to where you can defend yourself. You never want to put your life or your family's life in a dangerous situation where you're depending on police to come and basically, save you. You don't want to put yourself in that predicament. You want to be able to be your first line of defense. You want to be your own first responder. There is no cons to this. There is no, what do you need a firearm for? What do you need a gun for? You need that gun, that firearm, to be able to protect your life, defend yourself, protect your family. That's what you need it for. But yet there are people that believe the contrary, that, in a shit hit the fan situation, that's what 911 is for. And they are so wrong. And those are the people that are unfortunately going to die or get, raped and, there's no reasoning with those type of people. And I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm trying to reason with you. You need to go ahead, especially in the climate that this country is in. You need to arm yourself and be savage ready. Not just against these home invasions, but just in everyday life in general. And if you can get your CPL, which is a concealed carry license, by all means do that. Because unfortunately, a lot of people have met their demise, have had their life shortcutted because they wasn't prepared, they wasn't armed. Numerous people have lost their lives because they wasn't ready. They wasn't armed. And they wasn't mentally prepared to put a savage down. Listen, you never want to be in that situation where you run into your phone and you're panicking and you begging the dispatcher, please, 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 911 operator, send the police out as fast as you can. They don't made it inside my house and they're attacking my family. Like I said before, these savages they're no longer pulling so-called traditional home invasions anymore. Those are things those are from the past. What they're coming in to do now is they want to torment you. First of all, they want to come in and just take over. They want to get the drop on you. They expecting a violent encounter. That's why they coming in armed. They're not coming in with no knife. They're not coming in with a bat. They're not coming in with a taser. They're not coming in with mace. So therefore, you shouldn't have any of those. They're coming in armed, and they're coming in looking for a fight. They don't want to fight. They want to have an easy target, a soft target. They want to come in and get the drop on you and you know, hold you hostage at gunpoint and make you do horrible, horrible things. Okay? You don't want to have your wife raped, your daughter raped, your kids, you know, manhandled and just, you know, it's horrible, the things that they subject you to. And like I say, they have this God mode complex where they got you at gunpoint on your knees begging and pleading, please let me live, let me live. And if you don't comply with every demand that they make, they got the power to take your life, to end your life, to shortcut your life, to cut your life short. And that's not cool, giving anybody that type of power. The only way you're going to be able to have an equal fight, you got to have that almighty equalizer. You see that back there that's on my wall right there? That flag that say, I will not comply? Because these idiot politicians, anti-gun politicians, want to take that away from us, saying, what do we need that for? Because it's a weapon of war. It don't belong in America. It don't belong with, us average, citizens that they think is peasants. But let me tell you something, damn it. When you got these dirty, low-down, stinking-ass savages coming into your house, breaking into your house, guess what they're armed with? They're armed with the AR-15. They're armed with the AK-47. They're armed with the Glocks with the switches. They're armed with the Glocks with the extended mags. So the only fair chance that you got is that you have AR-15 or AK-47 yourself, damn it. Because if those funky motherfuckers got it, then guess what, goddammit? I want it too. I gotta have it too. And anytime when this shady-ass government wants you not to have something, that's when you need to get it. If they don't want you to have it, then you got to have it. Because there's a reason why they don't want you to have it. Now, I refuse, me personally, I refuse to be in any violent situation where I am outgunned and where I'm limited to a firearm that has limited capacity. Because here in Detroit, I don't know how the home invasions go in y'all cities and towns, but here, it ain't just one savage. It ain't just two funky savages. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, as many as 10 funky, stinking ass savages coming in your house. Yes, squads of them. Heavily armed, body armor on, and you tell me that a revolver or and I ain't knocking nobody that got a revolver. I'm just saying, if that's all you got, brother or sister, then make it work. But if you dealing with multiple savages and all your revolver or all your handgun hold is maybe 5 rounds or 6 rounds or 7, and you got 10 savages that's willing to, you know, to bang it out with you, that's willing to, they might be just hopped up on drugs to, fuck this, we gonna bang this shit out. We in here, and if you want a firefight, we gonna give you a fucking firefight. You don't want to take that chance. You don't never want to be in a situation where you got to make every shot count, where you can't afford to miss. That's why I love, me personally, I love my ARs. Because you got 30 rounds, you either got 40 rounds or 60 rounds of them funky town Cinder seeds. And I don't mind planting one in a funky, stinking ass savage that come up in my house, because I ain't did nothing to you but mind my own business. You made that choice to forcefully enter my home, my dwelling, and now you got to deal with those consequences. However, they got everything set against us that even if you was to get into a violent, you know, shootout with one of them, and one of them get hit in the back, guess who they gonna try to lock up? Guess who they gonna try to lock up? They're gonna try to file charges against you. You know, oh, he was no threat. You know, he had his back turned. That's why you have to be careful. You are responsible for every time you squeeze that trigger. You're responsible for it. And they will go after you. You know, they will come after you. And I know it's all kind of insurance stuff out there that's supposed to be, you know, that'll back you up. But in my opinion, that shit is scams, man. They're whipping people off. You'll be better off, you know, stacking your money in your own bank account for a rainy day, or retaining a lawyer. That's my opinion on that, because I've heard horror stories where people been paying for that type of self-defense insurance for years. And when something happened, they have this thing that they don't tell you about, that if you are what's the word? If the prosecutor decides that you know, to assume that you are guilty, and they press charges against you, they end your case. They cut you off. They say you're not eligible no more. If you are found, you know, if they bringing charges on you, then they dropping the case. They're not getting you no lawyer, and they're not getting anything if you are found, and that's if charges are brought against you. But I'm not going to dive too much in that. My opinion is, have you a lawyer get you a retainer, and that'll suit all your needs, and you ain't got to go through all that red tape. Because I personally know somebody that been paying for that type of insurance for well over 10 years. And when they got in a situation, the prosecutor deemed that they pressed charges against them, which made them look guilty in the eyes of that particular insurance. I'm not gonna name no names, but they got dropped. And I'm like, wow, you paid all that money for nothing? Then you got some that say, oh, well, we'll replace you, you know, another firearm if they take it. Well, guess what? If you don't been on that insurance for 10 years, hell, if you would have put that money in your own bank account or whatever, then hey, man, you listen, you could have bought 10 of your own guns. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to drop some knowledge on y'all, man. I know somebody gonna feel some type of way that's paying for that type of insurance, and I'm just telling you what it is, man. You know, look into it. I'm not saying all of them like that, but some of them, man, they, some of them on that bullshit. You know, it's a ripoff, and that's the truth right there. You know, so I'm gonna say this: get armed, stay savage ready. They can strike at any time. I ain't never ever seen it this bad in this country. And I'm afraid to tell you folks, Gunfreak Nation, that, man, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's getting worse and worse and worse. You understand? You got to be ready. It's savages out there that have no problem coming up in your home and just doing horrible things. It was a home invasion just a couple of nights ago. They pistol whipped the guy once again, tied him up, and raped his wife right in front of him. Right in front of him. Didn't even have the decency to take him to another room. No, they did it right in front of him. Let's see how long that marriage lasts. They didn't have a gun. So if you don't have a gun or any type of firearm, you ain't even got a fighting chance. How you gonna win? You know, I had a smart ass left a comment on one of my videos that said, you know, just because you got, you know, he was hating, just because you got multiple guns don't mean you're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So my response was, it's better than to have no guns. At least with a gun, you dumbass. At least with a gun, you have a fighting chance. Hell, if you can have 1,000,000 fucking guns, but if you ain't mentally ready and trained with them guns, of course, it can happen. But the more that you train, the more that you be prepared, you'll be ready to deal with a shit hit the fan situation. I guarantee you that. It's all about paying attention and situational awareness and being tactical about it. You know, strengthen and reinforce, you know, your home. Get a security system. Get cameras. Reinforce your windows. Reinforce your doors. If they are coming in, make it be where the alarm go off, or they got to make a loud-ass noise to wake you up. And keep that funky town sender within arm's reach. But you got idiots just like that left that dumbass comment hey, if you want to be a future victim, go ahead and be a fucking future victim. I don't care. Some people, man, they just ain't gonna get it, and you can't, you know, reason and with everybody. It's just gonna be ignorant, anti-gun people out there. And when it happened to them, hey, man, if it happened, it happened. I hate that it happened because I still say nobody deserves to go through anything like that. But it ain't no reasoning with certain folks, man. You know, they don't either been brainwashed or they just super religious to the point to where they ignoring in the Bible where it say, sell your cloak and buy yourself a sword. A lot of people, well, God got me, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. Nah, you're going to be covered in your own damn blood after them savages get done with you. You remember when that racist savage went in that church and what was it, North Carolina, South Carolina, and prayed and broke bread with them people? And he said that they treated him so nice that he even had second thoughts about what he was going to do. But he decided to do it regardless. And this happened in the church. They said he was praying and begging for their lives. No, what I want to know, where was the divine intervention? Where was the divine intervention then? He killed every single one of them. He left one victim alive on purpose so she can bear witness to what happened and she can go back and tell. Other than that, everybody else died, were murdered. Murdered. So all that praying, and I'm just being honest, it didn't help. But you know what would have helped? And I'm not saying, you know, believe in God. I believe in God, you know. But God gave us wisdom. You know what would have helped them people? If they would have had a, you know, I understand G-O-D. But what they needed in that situation, they needed G-U-N. That would have got that motherfucker off of them. And they would be alive right now to testify. So don't ever become so blind that you become ignorant of the facts. Get armed and savage ready, and that's going to give you an equal playing field. Hell, I don't even want an equal playing field. I want to have the advantage. I don't never want to be in a fair fight. It's real out here, people. It is real out here. And the devil's alive. And don't you ever think that it cannot happen to you, because when it happens out of the blue when you least expect it. You know, I got another true crime episode coming up. And I dread doing this particular episode because it makes me so angry and sad at the same time. Or what happened to Shannon Christian and Chris Newsom. You know, the only crime that they did was no crime. The only mistake they made was not paying attention. But they got kidnapped, sexually tortured. And I haven't recorded the video yet, but that woman spent her last breath gasping for air because she was tossed in a trash bag after she had been brutally and sexually tortured and raped for 2 days. Now, how can you wake up one morning in your day and your life end hog-tied in a garbage bag after being brutally raped? So can't nobody tell me that it ain't no savages out there. Can't nobody tell me that it ain't no evil motherfuckers out there. It is. And them the motherfuckers that need to be put down, because they are hell-bent on torturing you and killing you. Because most of these savages, they're not going to leave no fucking witnesses. Gunfreak Nation, listen. Listen. I want y'all to win. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to y'all. Y'all deserve the right to live a peaceful life. You deserve the right to take care of your family and be there to take care of your family and protect your family. You deserve that right. You deserve that right to live life, to have a peaceful life. But we don't live in a peaceful world. We live in a world where, you know, you can be happy one second and the next you got a gun to your head and you being violated on every level. And that's just not, that's not cool. I don't want that to happen to y'all. But it can happen to anybody, even me. Even me. You know, so you got to be prepared at all times. Anyway, Gunfreak Nation, listen. I love y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Become a paid member. It helps me out tremendously. It helps grow the channel. Subscribe. We got to get the channel growing. Just keep your head on the swivel, Gunfreak Nation. If that devil, that savage try you, you send that motherfucker to Funky Town. Salute. Love you.